Tuning up your lawn or garden tractor is a straightforward project that any homeowner can do. A tuned-up engine runs smoother, burns cleaner, and even saves on gasoline. Do a tune-up at least once a year to extend the life of your engine. It's a good idea to review the operator's manual that came with the engine. Be sure to wear eye protection during the entire tune-up. Start the engine and let it run for 5 or 10 minutes. This brings the oil up to temperature and reduces the amount of time it'll take to drain the oil. It'll also help mix any contaminants already in the engine into the oil for discharge. Now turn off the engine and open the hood. Remove the spark plug wires and position them away from the plugs, tying them off if it's necessary. This is an important step as it avoids accidentally starting the engine when you're working on it. Remove the oil dipstick and set it in a location that alerts you there is no oil in the engine. Carefully position an oil drain pan under the drain location. Unscrew the oil drain plug and allow the oil to drain for a few minutes. Next, remove the oil filter. Before installing a new oil filter, lightly oil the filter gasket with clean engine oil. Wipe off the sealing surface of the engine before spinning the new filter on. Tighten the filter a half turn once it's seated. Check the engine manual and add the appropriate amount and viscosity of oil. Be careful not to overfill it by periodically checking the oil level on the dipstick until the proper level is reached. Remove the air filter cover and discard the old filter. Use a rag to wipe away any dirt or debris from the air filter box. Then, install a new air filter and replace the filter cover. Locate the fuel filter near the engine. It looks like this. Before proceeding, take extreme care when doing this procedure, as some gasoline will spill from the filter and the fuel line in this step. Pinch the fuel line coming from the gas tank with the vice grips to stop any flow. Use pliers to slide both clamps away from the filter. Install the fuel filter in the correct orientation indicated by an arrow that points in the direction of the fuel flow. Insert the filter into the portion of the line being pinched, and then insert the other end of the filter into the hose. Slide the clamps towards the filter body. Using the socket wrench, remove both spark plugs. Check the gap on the new spark plugs to ensure the proper dimension, as noted in the owner's manual. Install new plugs with a dab of thread lubricant. And tighten a quarter to a half turn once they're seated. Reinstall the spark plug wires. Top off the fuel tank and add an appropriate amount of fuel stabilizer. This prevents fresh gasoline from going stale, making starting much easier. Start and run the engine for 30 seconds. Then shut the engine off and check the oil level again by wiping the dipstick, reinserting and locking it down, then unscrewing and visually inspecting it. Add more oil until you reach the full level marked on the dipstick. Restart the engine and allow it to run for a few minutes. Then check visually for any oil and/or fuel leaks. Check with your local community and follow their guidelines on the proper disposal of used oil in your area. You can find local listings online at sites such as earth911.org.